Hello, I'd like to invite you to travel with us this summer. We have a great trip planned for under $6,000 per person. You can spend 2 weeks in Europe. Take a look. We will be going to Barcelona, the French Riviera, and extending on to Paris. This is our tour guide, Alex.
Hey, friends and family from the south. Here's Alex. I'm in kind of cold Germany. I'm preparing myself for the Broncos game against Kansas City Chiefs. I heard that you have a meeting, reunion, with Donna, aka Cindy. I really hope that I see you next year in the south of Europe, and I hope you enjoy the reunion. Plus, that Cindy gives you some samosas. See you soon. Bye bye.
Take a look at the route we'll be traveling, starting in Barcelona, up along the coast of the French Riviera, all the way to Nice, back through Avignon, taking the fast train up to Paris. Here's a closer look. We began with our overnight flight into Barcelona. I love Barcelona. Look at the beautiful colors found throughout the city, really unique. The church at the bottom left has been worked on for over 100 years. Was begun by Gaudí, is continuing in the construction. I'm anxious to get back and see where they are with that. It is one of the most unusual churches I've seen throughout Europe. Barcelona is also a coastal city, which makes it a fun city. Here's an overview again of Sagrada Familia. There's a great story behind this church. Each side somewhat represents one of the mysteries of the Rosary. Very, very unique. Our tour day starts with a guided tour in the morning, usually, and free afternoon. The afternoon on this day would include Port Güell. Here's some pictures from Port Güell. Looks somewhat like Disneyland, but all of this is for real and everyday use. Some of the buildings of Barcelona, some of the most unique architecture I've ever seen. Of course, if you're in Barcelona, you want to make sure you take in a flamenco show. That would be one of the optionals that we could do in the afternoon. However, during the day, we would visit Montserrat. If you're not familiar with Montserrat, you should take a look online. Then when we leave Barcelona, we will head to Figueres, home of the Salvador Dali Museum. If you haven't looked up Salvador Dali, I'm not an art person, but this is a very, very unique museum. Very interesting to see. We would move on to Aix-en-Avignon. In Avignon, we see the Papal Palace. Also, we would stop in Cassis and take a tour of the fjords. Here's a map along the coast. Then arriving in Nice, which is a really fun place. Take a look at the food at the top, the cheeses and the meats, awesome. That's a real drink at the top right. And artists on the walkway. And notice the bars and restaurants that are out on the beach. A day trip will include stops in Cannes and St. Paul de Vence. We continue on to Paris and do a guided sightseeing of Paris. Of course, the Eiffel Tower, Notre Dame, Arc de Triomphe. In your spare time, you might take in the Tomb of Napoleon, as seen at the bottom right. While in Paris, you can opt to go to Versailles. There's also a time that you may opt to go outside the city. The top is Versailles Gardens in the bottom right. Inside Versailles, the Hall of Mirrors in the bottom left is the Louvre. If you take time to go out to the Louvre and see the Mona Lisa. An enjoyable evening can be had on Montmartre. You go up by the funicular. We have several times visited the Moulin Rouge, which is a fun afternoon as well. On this 13th day, you might opt to explore more Paris. Some are asking about going out to Bruges, so making a little stop in Belgium, or others may opt to explore Normandy area. And on the 14th day, you return. Obviously, the dates have been changed. The dates are now July 1st through 14th. If you're interested, give me a call. I'm glad to answer any questions. And I hope you join us.